That was brutal. I just had to call the video that. I tried to do an unlisted one and YouTube would not let me have a link to send to anybody. Like I was going on my YouTube studio on my phone, no matter how many times I refreshed it. I even tried uninstalling it and reinstalling it and it would just wouldn't let me share a link. Like it wouldn't show me that I was live. And as soon as I ended an unlisted live stream, it would be like, "Oh, here you go. This is the live stream you just did." And I'm like, "Well, why can't you show me it while I'm fucking live?" Like what? It was so frustrating. I was actually getting mad. So I was just like, nope, I'm just doing it like this. And if anybody clicks on the video now, like, the warning is in the title. I don't know what to tell you. Anyways. Oh, that was frustrating as fuck. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. It was weird. There was a lot of weird stuff going on in the movie that I don't know that I personally liked. How many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see if this is working at all now. See, they're still on the fucking boat. It's getting on my nerves. It's actually getting on my nerves. Get off the boat. Go on. Get. So, yeah. That fucking ending. I kind of expected it, honestly. See, now I feel like it's working worse. Like, I don't understand. This farm is so frustrating to work with. Like, I don't get it. The jokes are so stupid, but they were so good. See, that's what I mean. There was a lot of good stuff about the movie I loved. Right? I completely lost my train of thought now on what I was thinking about the movie because of that stupid fucking app. It pissed me off so much. Um, uh, I'm trying to like gather how I think about it. I feel like the movie had a good pace. Where I was too. Yes, I said the beginning was good. I loved the prologue. I thought it was sick. The tone of it was perfect because it was actually slightly scary. Not scary, but spooky. It had the mood. It had the right tone. Even when he was sitting down in like the chair and shit and just basically ready to, because he knew he was going to die because the trap didn't work. That was cool. And then it went to the kids. I didn't like it at first. I was like, okay, well, this is actually pretty good. The humor is still here, even though it's a kid. It still is that dry humor. It worked. They didn't really give the brother character anything to do. They didn't give the other girl character anything to do. I mean, she stole a police car at some point and something like that, and like it didn't really go to anything. I loved the parts where they were testing out the proton pack and stuff like that, and when they had to go and catch Muncher, the new ghost or whatever. I felt like there wasn't enough. There wasn't enough like I don't want to say ghost catching because there wasn't a whole lot in the original either, but like there wasn't a whole lot of like depth to it. You know what I mean? They did the Muncher thing, and then when they did that, it was kind of like okay, now it's Gozer time after that, and it was kind of like. Uh, I feel like that's not even a spoiler with Gozer because that was literally in the trailer too. You knew it was Shandor Mines. You knew it was going. I thought that they were gonna do what I thought they were gonna do, and I said before, I thought they were gonna do the video game plot to a certain degree because when they went down into the Gozer worshiper place and it had Shandor's body in like a glass case, like fucking like Lenin, when I had him encased in that, I was thinking, oh shit, I bet you he's gonna fucking wake up and he's gonna become the god and Gozer's not actually gonna be a thing, just like it was in the game where he used Gozer's method of becoming a god for himself type of deal. That would have been, I feel like they should have did that. But then I feel like people probably would have complained about it and said it was a cop out because they just copied the video game. Oh yeah, well that's all from the original movie. They just re-recorded it with a new orchestra and stuff. I love the music. If I gotta say anything, the old music being used and the new tracks that they used were really, really good. They were really, like, really good. Let's see this now. See, this is like not working at all now. Like, what is the deal with this? I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. Okay, it is working. But is it working better? Isn't it like I don't know how to make this to work better? I'm trying to think. I have so many thoughts about the movie. When I came out of it, I immediately loved it and I enjoyed it. Excuse me. My first thought, honestly, about the movie, that I think pretty much accurately. Have you ever watched the Ghostbusters cartoons, like the real Ghostbusters, is what it's called? Yeah, we'll get to that. Not really ancient, like early 1900s, late 1800s old. Um, yeah, because he started a cult that worshipped Gozer, and he created these shrines to bring about the end of the world, to bring Gozer back, so him and Gozer could run the world, basically. But yeah, they're basically worshippers, and they worship Gozer, and this was their method of getting They had the first method. They obviously had multiple times what they were when they were going over the dates in the place when they seen the dates on the walls. Basically, what they were saying was those were times when Gozer was to return, but was stopped at for some reason because they had 1984, which is the Manhattan Cross Rip, is what's called in the lore. Um, that they thought that right. So like because the mine that they were in was basically used to mine selenium, which is a conductor metal that they were using to build the building in the first movie that Dana Barrett lived in. When they get on the top of that building, and that's where Gozer comes out of that portal. That building was made out of those girders from the mine in this movie at a long time ago, whenever that building was built. And I guess they built a shrine in the mine itself as a backup, I guess, to a certain degree if it didn't work, which it didn't. So I guess that's why, right? Um, yeah, what I was saying about the cartoon was if you had seen the cartoon, it felt less realistic than I know it sounds stupid to say realistic about Ghostbusters, but it felt less realistic than the first two movies, and it felt more like an episode of the cartoon to me. And I don't know if I'm the only person that got that out of it. I'm curious, anybody who ever seen the cartoon, I'm curious to see if they see that. I thought it was believable for certain parts, but I didn't think the other parts were believable. Like I thought that certain parts with like the Phoebe character, like her humor was spot on the same as Egon's humor. No, because if you go back and watch the original ones, like even though I mean a lot of it's just fucking techno babble crap, it still makes sense to a certain degree. It's rooted in a somewhat scientific thought process. Like there are words being used and thrown around and different scientific things that are kind of accurate, and obviously then they just throw a sci-fi spin on it, right? But I think the main problem that I found with it was, yeah, it was like it was weird. I don't know. There were certain things about it that I was just like I can't. Like it's good on its own, but I couldn't see it being part. There was also some weird character traits that if you'd seen the original or you're a fan, I feel like they stood out a lot. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. Like I actually really liked it. The way it sounds, the way I'm talking about it, sounds like I hate it or something. But when they're in jail, and she calls Ray as her one phone call, and the first thing he says when she mentions Egon is Egon can rot in hell. That felt so mean spirited and out of place for the character. To me, I feel like even if they did like not get along for certain terms, I feel like I don't think that he would have said that. That character itself. I don't know. It seemed weird. That was weird. The whole setup for him leaving them and them all not being friends anymore because Egon stole their shit, I thought was kind of stupid. I didn't like it. I guess they kind of had to figure out the reason why he was there and they weren't, right? So they kind of did that, but I feel like they should have just spent more time writing that because that made no sense to me. I think that was the movie's biggest fault, in my opinion. Once again, I don't like complaining about it because I actually did enjoy it. Um, that confused me too. Okay, so I think I might have worked it out in my head. I think I might have worked that out in my head a little bit and created my own idea of it. I don't know, like, if that's what actually happened because obviously they didn't show that. Um, at the end, Phoebe has her grandfather's proton pack. She has Egon's proton pack, right? And the girl has one of the proton packs, and um, fuck, what's his name? And Finn, whatever his character's name was. See, I don't even remember his character's name. That's how forgettable I found he was, and the other girl. Anyways, yeah, they all have three of them had proton packs, so they had three proton packs, right? I think it was only three. I'm pretty sure. Her brother, his girlfriend, and her. And Podcast wasn't using one. He was in the car fighting the marshmallow dudes. Um, the Ghostbusters show up, with 3 proton packs, right? I'm thinking that they got it. See, I don't know. They had to have some other ones because the kids probably got the ones that were in the mine. Because remember in the mine when it was shooting down the well, he had like an automatic thing rigged up in there with the proton packs tied to some beams or something, and they were shooting into it to keep it from coming up and letting Gozer out, right? So I feel like the kids got the packs from there, but I don't know where the Ghostbusters did. At first, I thought that might be where they did, but then I'm thinking like the 3 of them had a proton pack, did they not? Maybe they didn't. Well, I mean, they could have had spares for sure. No, I mean, I could see that. So then there must have been multiple, then more than 4. Because I always thought that there was only 4 proton packs. Because it's not something that the other Ghostbusters made either, right? This is like a thing that Egon was the one building all the shit, right? So like, yeah, I don't know. There were some weird spots like that I didn't know how to take it. Like, you know? Basically, the mine, Gozer was coming back, was trying to emerge from that for a while, right? And she needs both the terror dogs, the gatekeeper and the keymaster, right? To actually become her full form, right? So, I guess she could exist in some fashion if she has enough spirit energy to bring her back to a certain degree. One of the spirit dogs was obviously loose anyways or something. The other one was in the trap that she found under the floorboards. And when they let that out, they let out the second terror dog. So then there's 2 terror dogs that are going around trying to find a host body, right? So they find Paul Rudd's character and they find the mom character. That would have, yeah, the movie would have never happened if it didn't get out. I agree with that, 100%. Why are they spawning down there now? They never used to go down there, and now they are. I'm gonna have to get rid of that boat. I really don't want to. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. It was like a weird thing with that. But like as I was saying about the characters, I found that some of the character shit was weird. Like, I can't see Ray saying that about Egon, first of all. Second of all, if Egon had told the Ghostbusters that I have proof that Gozer's coming back in this unknown little town in a mine called Shandor Mines, which they knew was the person that built that building that where they fought Gozer originally, why wouldn't Ray said he didn't believe him because he said he was going nuts? Why would they not believe him? That makes no sense to me. I understand like Bill Murray's character Venkman or whatever because he's kind of like not a skeptic, but he's kind of like the cynical one. You know what I mean? So I can understand that to a degree, but like I just found it weird that like Ray didn't believe Egon. I'm like what? Because Ray is like the one that was the most excited about catching ghosts out of the entire team in the original movie, right? He's excited about anything. Whenever something crazy would happen in the movie, he'd say, "Oh, that's great." Well, I'm not great, but you know, it's like yeah. Yeah, and if Egon had said it, I mean, it's Egon. He's literally a fucking genius. Why wouldn't they believe him, right? That didn't make sense to me. Once again, I understand that they had to do something where he wasn't alive and they needed to fill out that storyline, but like it just seemed like they could have come up with something better in my opinion. You know? Okay, that being said, the ending it felt like after they it felt like after they got the keymaster and the gatekeeper released and they were looking for a host body and they found their host bodies, it felt like the movie just went like that after that. It went super fast. As soon as the ghosts got released into the town and they started showing ghosts all over town in that little montage thing, we seen like a clip of each ghost and that was it. There was nothing to it. They never went and caught any of them. They never, I know that happened in the original movie too, but like the context of the movie is different, so I feel like it should have been, I don't know, explored more. It felt like the ending went really fast. Like the movie was pretty well paced, and then it got to the movie was like 2 hours long, I think. And I think once it got to the 2 hour point, it was like they were like, "Oh, we're done. We don't want this movie being longer." I felt like the movie should have been 20 to 30 minutes longer. I know that would have been long, but if it had fleshed out that ending a little better, I feel like the movie would have been a lot better because it became a thing where like they're fighting. The original Ghostbusters show up to help. Another thing made no sense. They crossed their streams together to fight Gozer. Three proton beams. She pulls the streams apart and gets out. And then Phoebe somehow fights her with one proton pack. If she could get out of the three of them with the streams combined or whatever, how could one? I mean, I know he has it modded since the original movie. That's the entire idea. The pack looks different. He's added stuff to it. But like, I don't know. It was weird. Even the crossing the streams thing, shooting at Gozer thing, wasn't really a thing in the first movie. They weren't crossing the streams to kill Gozer. They were crossing the streams through the gate that she came through to reverse the polarity of the gate so that she would get sucked back to the realm that she came from. She wasn't getting killed. She was just getting removed from our realm. And somehow they just like, I don't know. They caught her though. I mean, I thought that was a cool plot line. I think that was a cool idea to bring Gozer back with the intention of them to catch her in a trap this time and not let her, because she's kind of like the ghost of like the world of the dead, basically, right? She runs the world of the dead. I say she, it doesn't really have a gender, but she always shows up as a girl, so. But yeah, as soon as I knew they were gonna do like an Egon thing like that, but as soon as like he actually like showed up, it was like that was so, I don't know, it was weird. I'm a huge Harold Ramis fan. I love everything he's been in, acting wise. I love everything that he's all the movies he wrote very well. Um, and I'm a big fan. And it, I don't know, it felt really cool. If there was one thing they did right, it was a good send off movie for the original team. I think it did a good job. Like at the end when Ray said like I'm sorry I didn't believe you and stuff like that, and Winston said something, I forget what he said, and Bill Murray said I knew you'd show up like sarcastically or whatever. That was good. I like that. I didn't full on cry because I was trying not to, but I was literally getting teary eyed. I was like, this is fucking brutal. Because like, not only is it a thing where I like the actor and everything and the characters, but like, I grew up with that a lot. I was obsessed with Ghostbusters since I was a kid, right? So to see them all be there, even though he's not, it felt good. It was like a closure to the series, Because I felt like all the fans have been waiting for a Ghostbusters movie with the original cast for so long now that it's kind of like, you know? Let me see if my other thing is working here. I've been covering the wall here in glass because apparently they can teleport to glass, but they can't spawn on it. So that would make it a little bit more regulated. Anyway, where was I? I don't know. I'm getting distracted because I'm trying to play this and I'm also trying to talk. Um, yeah, I don't know. It was weird. If like some things felt out of place, that ending felt really good. I feel like the ending with them, I guess, reconciling, assuming that story was done fairly well. I didn't like the means of which it happened, but everything was well acted. Like even when she said to him on the phone in the movie that she was talking about Egon, he said Egon can rot in hell or something like that, and then she said, "Oh, he died last week," and like, it looked like it looked like Dan Aykroyd, the actor himself, looked like he was gonna cry about it. You know what I mean? To me, trying to think now, but like the rest of it, like how I felt. Um, there was a lot of Easter eggs, like a lot of fucking Easter eggs, and if you're not a fan or you never watched the movies, you probably wouldn't catch any of them. My favorite one, personally, was the Crunch Bar rapper, because in both the first and second movie, he's seen eating Crunch Bars, and it's become kind of a fan thing too. Like a lot of fans that go out wearing the costumes carry around Crunch Bars or Twinkies. The Twinkie is a more obvious one because that was like a full line in the first movie. He's like, oh, imagine this Twinkie was the paranormal activity in the city. Imagine the Twinkie, like, what is it, like 100 times the size or something like that. And then he's like, oh, that's a big Twinkie. So that's that Easter egg. Um, I feel like the one where he said, even when he said Egon can rot in hell, I feel like that might have been a reference to the unreleased Ghostbusters 3, because there was a Ghostbusters 3, there was many Ghostbusters 3 scripts, and one of them was Ghostbusters Go to Hell, and it was the whole idea was they're going to come back and they were going to have to either go to the land of the dead itself or go to hell, and they wanted to do that, but movie studios wouldn't do it because it would have been too much special effects cost. So yeah, that was like a thing. I feel like that might be a slight reference to that, maybe. I got on here. I don't take fall damage when I fall in this, do I? I don't. Okay. Interesting. It's not working, see? And this is what I'm thinking. My next thought for this farm is, what if, instead of making the platform here, what if I made it taller so it was farther away from everything? Enderman can travel in a horizontal line of 32 blocks. So anything within a 32 block range they can teleport to, as long as there's no water or lava on it. Now, I don't see anything that's 32 blocks away. The only thing I can think of that is that building with the portal in it and the boat. And obviously the boat is a problem because they keep friggin' showing up there. But at the same time, I'm thinking it can't be from here because this is definitely 32 blocks away. I'm thinking they're teleporting from the wall to the boat and they can't get here. Because I'm almost sure that boat is 32 blocks away. I mean, it might not be. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 blocks. So it's not 32 blocks. So maybe the boat is the problem. Okay, hear me out. What if we... I'm not going to do it this stream because I'm not going to have enough time. What if we move the boat? What if we build... Say we'll build another one. We won't take it down. We'll build another one over here. Like farther away. And then we'll get rid of this one. Either get rid of this one or we could sink it. Like we could rebuild like a sunken one here. Like the old one got sunk and there's a new one over there now. To give it some lore to a point. Because it's gonna cause... I think this is the main problem, honestly. Yeah, but the water is hard to remove. That's the problem. I'll try it anyway. Fuck it. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, what else about the movie did I like? I liked everything to do with the Phoebe character. I thought she was great. That actor did a great job of even playing his granddaughter. She was like spot on perfect. Bro, could you fucking leave me alone, please? We just need to remember where we're placing the water so that we don't, so we can remove it pretty easily. As long as we remember where we're placing, we should be fine. See, I hate when it doesn't spread out. It just kind of fucking blends. It's so annoying. I love the podcast character. I thought he was cool. I actually did like him a lot. One of my favorite characters in the movie, hands down. It feels to me like there was something missing from that. It feels to me like there was more backstory to the movie that wasn't included. Like anything to do with, say, was like the brother character. Like he was hanging out with her, and he was hanging out with her friends like once, and he had that job, and then we never heard or seen anything from those characters again. And I thought that was really fucking weird. And I literally said it like in the theater. It felt like the movie should have been a TV series. I know that's kind of like the trendy thing to do nowadays, but it really did feel like that movie should have been a TV series. Just checking my Elytra, make sure the health is still good on them. There is more. Okay, maybe we're on to something here. Maybe we're on something here. Maybe we should continue doing this. Where was I to? Fuck, I keep losing track of what I'm talking about because I'm doing this. Is there any questions you have about it or any thoughts? Because that might help me to go off on something. Yeah, that's not good. There was something I wanted to say and I forget what it was. I liked they had like Janine done well in it. I like that they. Do you want me to tell you what happened in the after credit scene? The one you missed? Like exactly what happened? Um, it cuts to Winston and Janine talking in Winston's office because, as it was said earlier in the movie, he's like a businessman. He runs like a large. I don't remember what the business was, but a business. He said he basically didn't hate Egon at all from the beginning, and he was trying to support them because they basically gave him a job and an opportunity to be friends and have a job that he actually loved doing when he was just looking for a paycheck. Anyway, I gotta pause for a second because someone's coming downstairs again. Anyway, can you hear me? Okay. Um, fuck. Where even was I? Oh, I was talking about what Winston said. He said that about that. He said that um basically they, besides Peter, who had like his own, like he was teaching and stuff, they all were like kind of on rough times. Like, and Ray had his bookstore, so he wasn't really making money. And he basically said that from his his business, he was basically paying Ray's rent and his store money and stuff and taking care of them basically when they didn't have anything, which I thought was like kind of cute. And yeah, they basically just said that Winston was like taking care of like everything when they didn't have money and when they were like down on their luck and whatnot, I guess. Um, it shows the firehouse, him walking into the front door, and it's obviously like abandoned. There's nothing in there anymore. And then the car rolls in after with Ray in it. So they're basically bringing everything back to New York again, I guess. Yeah, I laughed my ass off at that. That was actually kind of funny. So I guess where he had a lot of money or something, they bought the firehouse back. Um, they were fixing the car up and shit. So my question is, obviously they're not going to do any ghost busting anymore. But like, is the idea that the kids are going to go back to New York and maybe the family's going to live in the actual firehouse and do ghost busting from there? Maybe. Still a cool idea. Honestly think from here on they should actually do the. I think they should turn it into a TV series. Their director of this movie is not coming back for another one, he said. So I think they should find a good director and they should turn it into a TV series. Excuse me. Ugh, brutal. It's because there was like a cat on me earlier, and now my allergies are going crazy. Um, what else? Yeah, overall I liked it. Like I'd give it like if I had to rate it, I'd give it like a 7 out of 10. I think that's a fair. It wasn't perfect. It was a good send off to the original crew. I like that. It was a good send off to Egon and Harold Ramis as a person. Um, it was great for that. Definitely. I mean, it made me fucking cry. So it's not my favorite. Obviously, I knew obviously from the beginning I'm not the kind of fan that expected the movie to be better than the original Ghostbusters movie. That's impossible. That movie is like lightning in a bottle. They'll never make another movie in that universe that is as good as the original. It'll never happen. It was leagues better than Ghostbusters 2016. I fucking know that much. That movie was complete trash. The writing in that movie was terrible. If you've seen it, um, if you haven't seen it, just don't. Honestly, just don't. It's so bad. Uh, it had writing issues. I feel like it had writing issues. I feel like it needed another, say, 20 minutes to a half an hour to flesh out the ending a little bit. I felt like the ending didn't have enough stakes. Like obviously Gozer was back, okay, right? Um, I feel like they didn't. How do I say this? They didn't like. There was no like big bad. You know what I'm saying? Like the first movie had the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, huge, right? There was no big spectacle really. The second movie had them walking the Statue of Liberty down New York to get people's um like happy thoughts and emotions to come through so that they could defeat the evil. And then even Ghostbusters 2016 had them fighting basically the ghost in the logo of the Ghostbusters. Um yeah, so like it was weird that there was nothing. It was just kind of like, oh, it's Gozer as the girl, and that's all it is. And just quick shout out to the actor that played Gozer. She did a great job. I know it's not the original actor, obviously, because she's old. She's still alive, but she wouldn't be able to do that role anymore. I think it was Olivia Wilde did played Gozer, which is crazy. If you know who that actor is, she used to be in House. Um, I have one complaint about Gozer that bothered me. Actually, two things that bothered me. One thing I think I already mentioned, which was that the entire point of them crossing the streams in the first movie was to basically close the gate that Gozer came through and keep her on the other side so she couldn't come back, right? Okay, so that's fine. But um there was the whole issue that I thought of in the first movie. If we're going by the first movie, I don't even think they acknowledged the second movie in general, which shocked me because a lot of people don't like it, but I love the second movie. Um, I don't think it's as good as the original, obviously, but yeah. Anyways, um, in the first movie when they fight Gozer, it's I guess established in the lore to a degree that um when Gozer comes into a new realm, like our realm, right? Whatever dimension or whatever she goes to, the god goes to, a person of that realm must pick the form of the destructor, right? Like in the first movie, it's like you must choose the form of the destructor or whatever, right? And then they're like, whatever we think of, that's what the destructor's going to be. So empty your mind, don't think of anything. And Ray accidentally thinks of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, and that's the destruction form that she comes as. The Stay Puft Marshmallow Man is Gozer, right? So, um, why, when she came back to our realm, did she not come back as the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man? Was that what the mini Stay Puffs were supposed to be? Because that's not the same thing, so... I think that's all the spots. I don't think there's anywhere they can spawn now. I think I got everything besides the front of the boat. Which I'm going to get right now. Yeah, like even in the game when they said when Stay Puft comes back in the game, they said, oh, well, like she's back, but like she must be linked to that form, one form per dimension. So like she has, if she comes back to our realm, she has to be the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man every time. Or like her regular body form. And they didn't really I mean, obviously, I don't think they consider the game canon now, which kind of sucks. Oh, that won't work because the water is going to break it off. No, there was a lot of things about it that were weird that, like, I noticed that I didn't um particularly understand why they did it like that. Am I gonna have to fucking seriously break this? Yes. Yeah, so like, well, I feel like that's also a, like, if you never watched the other movies recently, you'd probably be confused about a lot of it anyways. But not just that. I mean, obviously, I think that there's definitely issues. Definitely. It wasn't bad, it wasn't perfect, it was flawed, but it was still good. If I had to rate it, I'm battling towards more the argument, is it better than Ghostbusters 2? And I don't think so. I think it's my third favorite. Out of the four movies, it's my third. The last one is like a 1 out of 10. It fucking sucks. Ghostbusters 2016 was so trash. I don't mean because the actors or the girls. I don't care about any of that. It was just a bad movie. Poorly written, poorly directed. The only thing that was good about that movie was the special effects. Um, yeah, so like, I think it's my third favorite. I want to put it over two because I really like the scenes with Harold Ramis, and like, well, with the CG Harold Ramis. Um, I really like that stuff, and it was done well. And I think, honestly, I think it was done tastefully because I think there's a very fine line when you're doing something like that with someone that's not with us anymore. And I think they did that properly. Because I think a bad example of doing something like that, I feel like, is Star Wars, because they brought back Princess Leia and it was stupid. It looked stupid. It didn't even look good. And they did that with another character in it, Tarkin. Um, yeah, what to say. Uh, yeah, I think they did it tastefully. I mean, they must have did something right, because I literally, that fucking literally jerked with my emotions. And I'm not like a person that cries at a lot of movies either. Like, I literally, that's the third movie I've ever cried at. I feel like it is working a little bit better now. Can't tell though. What do you think? They did that tastefully. I like the interaction that he had. Obviously, they couldn't have him talking because, you know, unless they did like a deep fake or something. But I feel like then that gets into disrespectful territory. Um, I feel like it was also a send off to the actor from the other people because it's the original director. They were friends. They directed stuff together. They wrote stuff together. Dan and Harold were good friends. They wrote a lot of movies together. Um, Bill obviously was friends with them. Ernie Hudson, even though he's not in a whole lot of other movies with them, was still friends with them. So I feel like it was kind of like a friendly send off to one of their best friends too, as well as the character for the fans. You know what I mean? So that was really good. I like that. Um, fuck. Bill Murray was funny. He had good lines. There was good throwback lines, like when Ray got up and he was just like, "You need to return forthwith to the nearest parallel dimension," or whatever. What he gave the same speech he gave in the original movie. I like that. And then she did the whole "Are you a god?" thing, to which he needs to answer yes because he answered no in the first movie, and he stumbles, and they're like, "Oh, come on, Ray! Like, don't fuck this up again, right?" I like that. That was good. That was funny. That made me like laugh out loud. Yeah. So I felt like that was good. I mean, the humor was there. Like I said, there was plenty of good moments. That's why I'm battling with it so much. Like I liked a lot of it, and then there was a like, say I liked 70% of the movie, but then there was another 30% of the movie that I really just didn't vibe with. You know, let's make this larger now. Continue what we're doing. Um, yeah, I just didn't vibe with some of it. Anything that the McKenna Grace character Phoebe was doing, fucking hilarious. Her jokes were hilarious. Her sarcastic remarks and shit, hilarious. I loved it. She did a great job as the character. You could tell that she was related to Egon's character without even having to say it because of her look, for one thing. For two things, just her humor. Like he, in my opinion, in the original Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2, Egon has some of the funniest fucking lines, right? There was also an Easter egg in when they went down to his lab and she was looking at all the stuff in there, and there was like a bunch of like spores and mold and stuff in like containers, which was a reference to like when Janine is flirting with him in the first movie and he's fixing her computer. And she's like, "Oh, do you have any hobbies?" And he's like, "I collect spores, molds, and fungus." So that was cool that they made that like an actual character thing. I like that a lot. Um, yeah, there was just so many cool Easter eggs for fans, like 100%, so many. What else? There was, yeah. Oh, I was talking about his humor. Yeah, his humor is just so good. Like in those movies, like the character's humor is just so well written because it's all like smart jokes, which is why I liked her telling like more childish smart jokes, but they were still they felt like something that he would say too. You know what I mean? So that was really cool. I like the fact that her character, uh, the dynamic between her and the teacher, I guess, was cool too. There was one scene I found really cringe and I did not like it, and I felt like they should have just inserted a random character just to make it less cringe. And I don't know if you're gonna know what I'm talking about, but it involves Podcast, the character, and so awkward. And I just thought that they probably shouldn't have done that this day and age. I don't know if you're gonna know what I'm talking about. Um, the scene when the mom becomes the gatekeeper, and then the first person she asks who the keymaster is Podcast, and was a um little bit awkward, I thought. Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird. I feel like they should have just inserted another character or something for that because I just felt like that was so, I want to say tone deaf because I'm not that kind of person that really cares about shit like that, but it was kind of awkward and I was like, ooh, I don't know. And they tried to play it off later when she's talking about like not remembering whatever. And then he's like, "Oh, you were a bit humpy," or something like that. And like, I was just like, "Oh, I don't know. I didn't like it." I get that it wasn't her. It's a guy. It's another, right? Like that's not her at all when she's that. That's Zool talking, right? And Vince Clortho would be the other dude, which he didn't even say his name like that. I don't think it was almost like it was that was another cringe. There were so many cringe scenes in this that would seem so fucking out of place. When when the two of them get together when they're possessed and they have to have sex basically to bring Gozer back. If you don't know, that's the gatekeeper keymaster. Get it? Um, that's that thing. Anyways, so and he says like in the demon voice, it's like, "Oh, I like your eyes" or something like that, and I'm just like, what? That felt so fucking weird. That is not something that was. Well, I mean, that's just adults talking. I didn't really mind that so much because I've heard like whatever. That's just a joke. I get that, but the hitting on thing was really awkward. I don't know. It was just like I don't know. I didn't enjoy it. It was weird. It was like ugh, you know. See if that changes it out a bit. Let's fly around a little bit. I don't know. I see a few on the wall over here. Okay, so that's definitely 32 blocks away. So they're not teleporting from here. I'm actually liking the shape of this more than it was previously. It was like a perfect circle before, but I'm more liking this diamond shape. Um, yeah, I don't know. There was some cringe. Like it was it felt like what it felt like was that there was like different writers and like a different writer that had no clue the actual tone of the movie was writing this shit, and it felt weird. I'm trying to talk about all the things I like about it because I've been shitting on it the whole time since I started streaming, and I really don't like doing that because it was a good movie. I really liked it. I think Jason Reitman did an amazing job. He's a great director. He did one of my other movies that's my top. I don't want to say 10, top 15 movies, which is Juno. He's the director of Juno. If you remember that movie, that's a good movie. I love that movie. Um, yeah. I don't know. It's weird. It was just weird. It was weird. I don't know. There were certain things that were weird. Sigourney Weaver wasn't really in the movie. She was just in that post-credit scene, which was cool, but was kind of I don't know. I guess it's implied that her and Bill Murray's character are finally together as a couple. I guess that's the her implying because she's playing with like his thing where he was basically manipulating women to having sex with him when he was a teacher, right? In that movie by fucking doing the shock treatment thing. I don't want to say manipulating, but like being kind of scummy, right? And yeah, that was cool. I was cool with that. Is this even? Like I feel like this is not even. One, two. Okay. And this one is three. So it needs to be one wider on this side then. Like this. Okay, no. This should be the same thing. This is one, two. And this is one, two. So it is even on this side, not on that side. Okay. And this should also be even. One, two, and one, two. This side should be even. But yeah, honestly, I think that it should go in the direction of it being a TV show or a series or whatever. And I think it should star mostly Phoebe and Podcast, with the brother and the other character being more side characters. But I feel like it would be a really good TV series just to follow the two of them ghost hunting as they get older. You know, I think that would be cool. But yeah, I don't hate the movie. It probably sounds like I didn't like it at all, but I actually did really like it. I like I said, I went into it with the expectations that it wasn't going to be as good as the first two, anyways. So because I knew the main Ghostbusters weren't going to be a prominent role, they weren't going to be in the movie the whole time. You know what I mean? I'm just happy to be able to see them back in like the suits after fucking however many years it's been. I mean, like I wasn't even born when either of the Ghostbuster movies came out. You know what I mean? Like, so for me, it's like the first good Ghostbusters movie to come out while I'm alive. Okay, good. I was curious because I know you're not a Ghostbusters fan, like you know it, but you're not like you know what I mean. And yeah, I was just curious to hear an opinion from somebody that's like casually interested in Ghostbusters, but isn't like a huge fan. You know what I mean? I want to know two more opinions. I want to know opinions from someone who's watched the cartoons, and I want to watch an opinion from say like someone that's not a Ghostbusters fan at all. Because I feel like if you didn't watch any Ghostbusters movies and this was the first one you watched, you'd be extremely lost. Because it was not made for that, in my opinion. It's more made for the fans than anything. And I feel like if they do another movie with those characters, the kids and shit, like they could probably move on with something then and do, you know what I mean? It is working better though. Like look how many are spawning in really quickly. It seems more consistent. So I think we fixed some of it, but there's still some stuff that we need to work on. Like I feel like once we cover the wall in glass, it'll be a little bit better. Because this is already more than what was there before. See, I can see them trying to teleport. Okay. I'm just curious to see like how many we get. Um, yeah, I don't really have much else to say about the movie. I was happy with the send off. That's the main thing for me. It was a good conclusion, I think. It concluded out the main Ghostbusters. It concluded out Harold Ramis's storyline and his character and acting career type of deal. It even said dedicated to him at the end. Um, it concluded the original director's involvement with the movies, I would assume, because he was a producer slash writer, and his son was the director slash writer. And I feel like it concluded even the Gozer thing, because Gozer is now in Ghost Traps. I forgot something. The second after credit scene when they're in the firehouse, it goes downstairs and it shows the containment unit that they originally held Ghost in, and it's flashing a red like alarm. So I think it's setting up for the containment unit in New York is going to release all the ghosts that are there, which meaning the kids are going to have to go and clean it up, I would assume. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we're getting more than we were. Let me see where the leaks are. I feel like there's got to be a cave underneath, and I think what we're going to have to do is dig down and explore it. Because, see, they're still on the wall. I know this is a thing anyways. Like, look how many of them are on the wall right here. There's probably a bunch over here, too. Although, no, the glass seems to be working. I wanted to use the tinted glass, but it's so fucking expensive. So maybe that's what we should go and do. We should go and try and get some amethyst. But yeah, overall, it was a good movie. It wasn't bad at all, in my opinion. I wouldn't ever call it bad. I was happy with it. I don't think we would have gotten much better, really, nowadays, especially because, I mean, they're all old now. It's not like a thing that they can do a whole lot of, like, crazy scenes, you know what I mean? I'm just happy to see them back, finally. Shit, I meant to mine those. Fuck. If there's any growing, probably isn't. No, I was chilling out in the other one. It was weird. It was a weird glitch. Okay, chill out here. I managed to. I got one of the cup things. They were sold out like crazy. I'll show you the one I got. They had the toppers, right, for the cups, and you know what toppers are. The one that I wanted was the Ghostbusters logo one, but there were like none there. The only one they had one on display, and I didn't feel like asking them to if I could have it. But I got the mini Stay Puft one, which is cool. I like it. See, so cute. I rarely collect shit like that for movies, but like if it's a movie I really like, I will. And obviously, Ghostbusters is like my favorite movie of all time, number one. Cup is cool too. It's kind of like a holographic to a point. They literally had a display one of the act. You know what I mean? The Ghostbusters logo. They had like a 3D one, and they had it like on top of the fountain drink thing. And I was just like, I want that. It wasn't bagged or nothing. And where's COVID and shit? I don't really feel like asking for stuff like that. I feel like it's kind of they didn't have the buckets. They didn't have those. Unfortunately, I didn't really care about those as much, anyways. I don't really care for cups and buckets and shit because they end up just sitting in your cupboard doing nothing and collecting dust. So it's not really a thing I like. I more care about these because necessarily you don't really need the cup. You can literally just take the topper off the top of the cup. You know what I mean? It comes off, right? The figurine. I don't know if you've ever had one before. They're basically these little stands and they pop in the top, and that's I wanted the figurine more than the cup. The cups I don't really care about. Because, like I said, they literally just collect dust. It's a fucking waste, really, of plastic. Fuck. Hit the wrong one. Don't matter anyway. I'm excited for the fucking 30th when this. I'm gonna back up this world twice just in case. I'm gonna back it up on a USB and on the cloud. But if all goes well, I'm excited because it's gonna be below bedrock in our world. We're gonna have those huge fucking caves like in the other world, like in the beta one I was playing. We're gonna have that in this world. And think if there's one of those giant fucking caves underneath my actual house in this, it's gonna be sick because I'm gonna do such a cool build down there. I think. I think instead of doing the ravine village, I think I'm gonna do a village in one of those. I think that would be really fucking cool to do. So I'm hoping we get one really close to the house, at least remotely to a degree. Oh, I see one that's fully grown over here. It's covered in though. There we go. I don't think I'm seeing any. Got 13 out of that. Oh, I have tinted glass here. I didn't even see that. Okay. Oh. Oh. It's looking really good. I'm liking the way everything is looking. Even that village is coming out good. It really only works good at nighttime. Better at nighttime. I'll come back. Oh, we should probably get some honey. I think the slime blocks in the Enderman spawner are gonna change to honey blocks. I know the bouncing is funny and it's cool and shit, but like, I feel like it might work better if we don't have that. Because I feel like they're teleporting in the middle of the tube because they're bouncing up, and then they're teleporting back up top, which is kind of nerfing it. So, possibly, what we want to do is get some more honey. even if you're not teleporting far, and you're just teleporting back up to the top or teleporting down, I feel like it's still nerfing it to a point. So we should probably nip that. Yeah, it never occurred to me either. To be fair, though, we learned a lot in the last little while, right? So I'll wait for all of them to go back in so we can get more. We need 6. Is it 6 blocks, I think? Anyways, I'm not going to talk much more about that movie. I'm just going to leave it for now. I need to almost settle and think about it a little bit more. I'm the kind of person that, like, I'll watch a movie and then, like, I need to think about it for a really long time before I get a full opinion on it, you know? Especially being a fanboy. Go to sleep and come back and do more. We need more of that shit. Yeah. I mean, there's certain things I remember I seen that I want to talk about, and I don't remember exactly what they were. Me too. I hope I didn't spoil it for anybody if anybody watches this after the stream is over or something. I literally tried to unlist it, and I used YouTube Studio on my phone, or YouTube, right, the apps, and I literally, it would not show that I was streaming live unless I had it public, or I ended the stream and then it would show me the stream. So I literally had no way to get a link and send it to you because I'm on a PlayStation and not on a computer. It was stupid. I was actually getting frustrated. Hello, my beauties. Continue pollinating. Okay, we got one. Either way, safe to say I liked it. That's all I can say. I liked it a lot. Still not my favorite. It doesn't go over the first two in my opinion, but still very good. I think over the years, the second movie has grown on me more because I don't think I liked it originally. A lot of people don't, and I feel like the more you watch it, the better it is. There's a lot of jokes in there that are really good, especially Egon's jokes in the second one are really good. The whole like all the women must be interested in your huge noggin or something like that, and then when he says no, they're more interested in my epididymis. That like just the stupid science jokes like that make me laugh so fucking hard. Um, that and like the whole when they're in the fucking nursery with the baby in the second movie and they're talking about toys and it's like, oh, I didn't have toys. My parents didn't believe in toys or something like that. It was like that explains a lot. And then it gets to like the whole fucking next part and he's like, you mean you never even had a slinky? He's like, well, I had a part of a slinky, but I straightened it. It's just like that humor is so good to me. I love that shit. He has many more good lines in that movie. I literally just can't think of them off the top of my head, but there's so many good ones. Or when they're playing with the slime in the toaster in the second movie, and they're making the toaster dance, and they're like, "Oh man, we've been doing all sorts of experiments on it." And like, you're not sleeping with it, Ray, are you? And they look over at Egon, he's just like, you know. Okay, we're good. We're good. We gotta do this again now. I really should bring an axe for this. This is the only thing that has slow touch that I have on me. I just got an idea. What if I put campfires under all of them and leave them there, but I use a shovel to put out the fire, and then I can just light the fire under each one and put it out with a shovel when I'm done. That way I don't have to place it and replace it every time. I know we have one in the chest in the room, so check that in a minute now. We'll just wait here for them to keep pollinating. Yeah. Okay. Fire. Oh, one other thing I wanted to mention, not about that movie really, but I think the game story was better than the movie. And I hope that they consider the game to be canon. They literally brought back Ivo Shandor for the movie and they fucking ripped him in half. This music I'm listening to. See, it takes a lot to make a block because you need 4 bottles of honey, right? That's why you gotta kind of like wait around and do this shit. Which other ones are? Which other ones are full? You're full. Fucking love this playlist. It's actually good for doing this shit. I still don't think they're using these ones, are they? Surprisingly. Come on, guys. Not my time yet. Do another one. Give me at least... I only need 2 more bottles and I'll have enough because I have a block down in my chest. I could just use hay bales like we were using before. Why are those ones not... Do I have I don't have bone meal on me. Shit. I had bone meal. I think I left it in the end because I needed it there. Oh, 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 oh. Here we go. Pollination has begun. I love that they're covered in pollen when they go back. So cute. Buzz. Where's the honey? All that pollen, no honey? Excuse? Okay, well, they're not going to come out again for the next night, so we'll just go and put this shit away and we'll come back. I want to at least finish that before I get off stream. I know, right? They're so freaking cute. Fuck, my brain is like not working. Holy shit. Shit. Oh, okay, here it is. So we just need one more block, basically. Slime blocks. More glass. More glass. We got some more tinted glass here. Okay. We can put those pearls away, I guess. There we go. Oh, the other thing I need, food. Because I'm running out of fucking food here. Probably take, there was steak in here, right? Somewhere? Am I fucking blind? Yes, I am blind. Steak and cookies, maybe? No, I'll just take some cod, just because it's the easiest to deal. Ow. Break my legs till I die. Some more fully grown ones and one fully grown one. Two. That's it, right? That one fully grown? No. I think that's it, though. Oh, no. That one just grow. Okay. Ready, bye. There we go. And now we just gotta get that stuff and bring it back to the end. Need more honey. Need all the honey. Need all the sugar. Oh, they get this really big, like, almost diamond shape. There's 4 different sizes, I think. No, 3. There's 3 different sizes. There's small, medium, and large. And the large ones are the ones you want. Oh, I gotta wait now because I don't want to get stung. literally so excited I had my fucking little, my cute figurine. And this one, I always have this one up here. You could probably can't even notice it in the background, but it's like the statue version. Had this forever. Of like the Terror Dogs. Thanks. My finger slipped. My finger, it slipped. Okay, I think that's it. I think we're good now anyway. Make our block, we'll put the other 3 back, the campfire back, and we're fucking leaving. And we go. And we're gone. I was trying to get the trophy, like I said before, for doing the elytra through a 1x1 block hole. Just like a single block. You need to go through a single block. I did it, but I didn't do it fast enough. You need to be going a really high velocity. So I'm gonna have to probably do like a whole stream where I try that at some point, maybe. Some night that I don't have a lot of time to do a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna try it every time I go past it though, just in case. Never know. See it right there. I made it out of the sea lanterns just because it was easier to see. Oh, fuck. See, I need to go in between that. Like, and that's fucked. I'm not that good. I said I was going to cover this, but they don't seem to be going out here, honestly. I think because there's water in between, they can't teleport through water. Okay. Did I get my slime blocks? I only got 4. Okay, there we go. Let's see if that's any better. We'll wait around a bit. Kill a couple just to see if they'll spawn more. Okay. I'm wondering if this will stop them. If this doesn't stop them from taking damage, we'll change it to hay bales or something. Or I think wool, maybe. None spawning right now. It's so annoying. That's what I mean. It's inconsistent. This is what I don't like about it. It's not that there's not so many coming down. It's that it's inconsistent. Like, look how many of them are over there. Why? Well, he's down there. He never died. What walls are the ones they're teleporting from the most? It's definitely those ones over there, because the ones on this side, I don't think that they can teleport from those. If there is any that they can, I think it's over here. So we're just gonna complete this shit too, because we need to do this. I don't know why I picked this glass. I could have picked any glass, and I picked this for some reason. Because it looks nice, I guess. But like, I picked like the most pain in the ass to make glass you could possibly fucking pick. Because I'm an idiot. We'll start like here maybe. Now it's not that they can't spawn. They can't spawn on this glass. Like they can't just come into existence on this glass, but they can teleport to it. So we'll see. If this doesn't work, what we're gonna have to do after this is cover the entire thing with water because there's nothing else I can do. It's either that or lava, and I don't want to do lava because that'll look stupid. Or could you like just go down there? Yeah. Sorry, bro. Sorry I had to do you like that. Same with you. Sorry I gotta do you like this. Oh, okay. You got it out of my way. Good for you. You learned a lesson that your friend didn't learn. Hate this. Okay. That's it. That's all we got. That's all we got. Actually, we got enough to make more, so maybe we can go do that first. See if that changed anything too. I can only make 8 more, but still, better than none. I mean, it's working. They're not dying immediately. They're still taking fall damage. They walk really slow off of it. It's kind of funny. They're a lot easier to kill because they're taking more fall damage with this than they were with the slime. Okay, that's a plus. Because I'm only killing them in like 2 swipes instead of 3 now. Probably gonna leave all of this glass here just because to get it out of my chest, and that way we can just make it as we get amethyst. I'll probably leave the slime blocks here too, just because you never know. There wasn't any other stuff in here that I could use, right? I don't think there was anything in here, right? Was that obsidian? Yeah. No. Nope. Okay. It's like one. Like, why one? I don't understand why they're not spawning as much now. Oh. Speak of the devil? Like, am I doing something wrong? Also, I totally never made that symmetrical, and I'm only just noticing it. This side is... Opposite side is longer. Let's go fix that right now. I'm just going to remove some blocks, because we don't need it to be that big anyway. Why is this not symmetrical? That's where it should be, right? Yeah, it should be like here. Right? Straight down here should be the edge here. Wait. Fuck. I was about to say, why am I hearing them down here? And then I realized, literally on top of it. Hello, peeps. Oh, they're there. I knew there was more blocks. Man, this one here is so fucking tall. Okay, is it symmetrical now? This is the edge block here, so straight along this block should line up, and it does. Okay. This block here should line up, and it does. Okay. I need to fix the edge of that there. Yeah, I gotta fix this. I didn't need to do this side, I don't think, is what happened. Yeah, that's right. This one should be... Wait, what? I'm so confused doing this shit. It's so hard to make, like, a decent shape without, like, fucking it up. See, it says this should be longer. But if I make it longer, then this side is not symmetrical. Right? Because I need to do this. Because now this isn't symmetrical. I figured it out. It's not this side, it's the other side. Whee! Ow! Excuse me? You wanna play that game? Bitch? Beach? See, but now this isn't symmetrical either. Oh, this is so fucking confusing. Okay, that's symmetrical. Okay. This is not symmetrical, right? No, it needs, like... this hurts my head. Is it this side that's not done? Is that what it is? Is this what it is? It's not. This also isn't symmetrical. I'm so fucking confused. My brain hurts. It's fucking bothering me, bro. That's symmetrical. This is symmetrical. This is, I think, symmetrical. This is not. There's two on this side, and there's only one on this side. This side is shorter, and it should be the same. So what is not symmetrical about this side? Is this here? Maybe use a sextant? See, the problem with it is that then this isn't symmetrical if I break this. Like, oh! I hate it. I hate it. I did this so perfectly last time because I drew it out on paper, and then this time I was like, I got this. I'm smart. I have the smart. And here I am dumbing it up. Dumbing it up. Okay, I gotta fix this before I get off, or it's gonna fucking, I'll be dreaming about this shit. Okay, so there's one on this side, right? There's one on this side. Okay, so that's symmetrical. This side needs to be the same. Okay, on this side there's 1, 2, 3, apparently. So I'm gonna remove this. Right? So now there should be 2, and it needs to be 1. So we can rebuild him. We have the technology. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Like what? Huh? My head. My head, it hurts. It hurts. I gotta get all those blocks wherever the fuck they went. They're so hard to see. Oh, they're floating. Okay, good. Good. This is a tedious process to, like, try and fix this, I'm not gonna lie. It's very tedious. Look at that guy over there falling in the water like an idiot. I see one. See those ones there, they're fully grown ones. But I got them there for looks, so I don't want to use them. Okay, I think we got all of the ones that we broke. Back up again we go. Whee! Okay. It was never meant to be perfectly symmetrical. I don't need every side to be symmetrical. I just need it to be a diamond shape. You know what I'm saying? So 1, 2. That's 2 blocks. Okay. And that's 2 blocks on this side. Okay. This is 1 block, which is right. This is 1 block, which is right. This is 1 block. And this is 1 block. This is 1 block. And 1 block. Was it 1 block on the other side too? It was, right? Yeah. The only side that's 2 blocks should be the first one over here. Right? This is 2. So in order to fix this, I just need to add 1 more layer out here. I think is what's missing, right? And then it should be 1 on this side, 1 on that side. I think that fixed it. Could be wrong, we'll see. Does that look symmetrical to you? I think it is. One more thing I want to add to this now, and that's it. I want to make this like, ow, a good diamond shape. Could you frig off, please? Thank you. 2. Let's add 2 on the other side. 1, 2. Do the same thing over here. I want to make it a nice sharp diamond. There was one side that was less like blocks, basically. Okay, and then that, and then the same thing on this side. And then I think I'm done. Like one side's supposed to be long, one is supposed to be longer, and then one is not, right? Like this side is longer than the width. I want it to be a diamond. See? Throw this in here now. Take this out, and we're gonna go place the rest of these tinted glass blocks, and then we're gonna go back to the house in the game, and we're gonna go offline. Okay. You can only see them, like, you can't even see the fucking tinted glass when you go above. Like, you can see it there now, right? And as soon as you go above, you can barely fucking see it. Oh, that is so nice. I love the way this looks. And see, it's perfect 0. That's the way I want it. Like a diving board almost. That's perfect 0. It's aligned with the rest of the place, which was the whole point. Very good. I'm gonna do some more research. I think when I get offline, I think I'm gonna watch some videos on it, see if I can figure out some stuff. I watched Phil building his. That helped a little bit. Okay, I'll just keep these on me, I guess. Okay. And that's it for tonight. Thank you for watching. Thanks for talking with me about the movie so I could get that off my mind. That was really bothering me. Peace out.